some stories. Well, first, what's your name?
Nati.
Oh, so nice to meet you. I would like to hear your story, please.
Sure. So I always consider myself as a very shy person, but I think I'm kind. I help people when they need it. But I don't understand when people treat you bad or hate you without knowing you first. This reminds me when I was 5 years old and I just started going to kindergarten. And I really like going there. I mean, I like to play and draw and have fun. Anyway, one day we decided to go to play to a little house there in the park. All the kids ran and one girl who arrived first yelled, "Everybody can play here except from you." And she was pointing at me. And I was so shocked because I didn't have talked to her all the time I was in the kindergarten. So then I realized she was my cousin in second grade. No wonder I do not talk today with her. But all the kids go with her except from one girl. I learned that I don't need to be friends of everybody. And that's the way you learn to have a real friends.
Well, that's really nice to hear. The thing is that you learn that you have to be friends with everyone.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
That's a good story.
Okay.
Thank you, yeah. Well, now we're going to take a look with Liz.
Well, my story is a little bit different. Well, I have always been a very scared person, but at the same time, I have always loved horror movies, stories, and books. It reminds me something. When I was a child, I was living in my grandparents' house. So I used to spend my time with my brother or my cousin, whose name is Carolina. And she used to tell me some stories about my grandparents' house, but they were not normal stories. They were stories about ghosts or creatures around the room in the house. But well, anyway, one night I was waiting for my father with my brother. He was sleeping in his room, and I was watching TV in my room. And when I was watching TV, I heard some little steps in the corridor. And well, the first thing I thought at that moment was, oh no, it's my brother. And well, I ran out of my room and without looking anywhere. And I went to the home and I found the front door of my house open. And well, obviously I was scared. And I decided to go to my room and call my mother. And when I was running in the corridor, I don't know why, but I decided looking in my brother's room. And when I opened the door, I found him sleeping in his bed. And the first thing I thought was, oh no, there are ghosts in my house. And I go to my room. I went to my room and I started crying. And after 3 minutes after that, my father came to the room and he said, "What's happening here?" And I told him all about the stories, the steps in the corridor, and the ghosts. And my father said, okay. And when I arrived to the house, I left the door open and you didn't see me because I was in the kitchen with your mother.
So it was your father?
Yes.
Oh, you have to like...
Okay, I feel like a fool after that.
Thank you so much for your story.
Thank you.
Are you? Yes. Please.
Okay, well, when I hear about this contest, I really realized that something that marks my childhood was when I was around 10, 11 years old. I really enjoyed to play soccer with my friends. So, well, one day we were playing soccer, we were enjoying all the afternoon, and we saw, I think, 4 guys. They didn't have the appropriate shoes. We think that they didn't know to play soccer, so we were laughing about their. And then they asked us if they can play. They told us that we can play for the field. The team that won keeps the field.
Okay.
So we were playing. We said, okay, why not? We are going to win, no? So we played, and we realized that they played really well. They won the match. They won us 3-0. So they kept with the field. We were really sad, and they told us if we wanted to play. And since then I realized that we don't have to judge the people
That's
looking
correct.
their appearance.
Yeah, that's a really good moral, you know. Okay, this is gonna be something awkward. Okay, well, I don't consider myself as a nervous person. Okay, but when I was in the United States, I needed to stay. I needed to be in the airport like 3 hours. The thing is that I looked with my father. We put in the GPS the name of the airport and the name of the car return. So we went into the part that I put in the cell phone, and we were lost. We got like in a place that was without lights, only 3 people walking. Yeah, it was really. I was thinking that, oh my god, we have all the bags in the back of the car, and we're going to get robbed. We're going to get violated. I don't know. So we were getting late into the airport. So I started to get nervous. I like got myself like, what we're going to do? I'm going to jump off the car. I'm going to run into the airplane. So I'm going. I don't know.
A really crazy idea.
Yeah, because I was not thinking. Maybe I lost myself. So my father looked at me and said, "And what do you get if you do that? Because you're not gonna get nothing. You're gonna get worse. We're not going to get a solution. We need to find a solution." That was what we did. We got a little bit late to the airport, but we got the help of the people that were there, and we could fly. And well, I got the thing that I learned from that is that if yourself is in a situation that maybe you have a solution or you don't know what to do, the first thing you need to think of is to be calm and find a solution.
Oh,
That's really-
is your phone ringing?
Oh yeah, my god! Let me. Hello? Oh, David, thank you so much for calling. I know you want to be part of this contest. I would like to hear your story.
Good afternoon, public. I was going to play from 13 and 16 minutes, but I did not happen. I played the second half good also. The other friends have to enter, and I never entered to gain. So friends left crying, saving. He was not playing. The parties were going alternative championships. In the end, we have a good result of the championships where we were third place. When we are kids, I really enjoy making your friends and general. If you important things you can remember and
That
say.
was really good. That story. Thanks so much for telling us. Now, as you know, this is a contest, so I had to pick a winner. And it's Ariel.
Congrats!